Hey everybody, welcome back to Georgia MAGA on Tommy Time. Just wanted to do a hopefully quick follow-up video to the last that I posted here just a few minutes ago. I just got to doing the little bit of editing it needed to get it up. I'd actually recorded it before the weekend, as you can probably tell if you once you have a chance to look at it, because this is hopefully going to go up fairly quickly. This video here, I mean. Um, and I had not had a chance to see the IBA video. I've seen that, and I wanted to just say a couple of things about it. It's a reflection of clearly everything that's wrong with government, and the biggest thing being that it ruins everything. I mean, the whole reason that you even have the source of tension and conflict is because you've got a government entity involved in trying to bring industry in. Which in an ideal free market situation, that wouldn't be the case. You would just simply be having uh, business and industry determined purely by what makes sense market wise, and that would be the determining factors. Notwithstanding that, and I'm in total agreement that we need to certainly do the types of things that protect the community. And that gets into big philosophical arguments over government on that level that I'm not even trying to get to right now. But again, I'm trying to be quick or quicker. But the point is, um, well, as far as the existence of the IBA, everybody else around you has an IBA and you're trying to compete in that environment, then obviously you can't unilaterally surrender. All your governments around you are giving away goodies. Other county governments to get industry in to develop their counties. If you're going to have a chance of competing, you got to play the game too, unfortunately. So all those points conceded. However, does not detract from my larger point that this is a symptom of how government frankly corrupts things, and where it also unfortunately um, rears its head in this exchange between our county commission chairman, who also doubles as the liaison for the county board to the IBA, which I think is the role she was in while being present at the um, IBA meeting the other day that got videoed. And thanks to whoever did that, certainly appreciate it. Certainly informative, nothing else. And of course, information is really what we want to be about. Um, what it shows is one, uh, frankly, an official that has limited experience or exposure to government. And that by itself is not a bad thing. And certainly in a lot of ways can be a good thing, exhibit A in that being Donald Trump. Flip side of that is you've got some who have some measure of experience in government. And now they think they know everything. And by virtue of having had that level of exposure, whatever it is, everybody else just needs to shut up and listen to them. And they shouldn't be questioned. That's an attitude that nobody needs to tolerate. And as a elected official, what you really should do in the situation that, quite frankly, mayors Umbahat and Moore found themselves, is to frankly ignore the whatever personal aspects whether they were intended or not, are present in whatever problem or question that's being brought to them, and just give the information. You can also use it as an opportunity to explain to constituents with regard to the context of whatever problem or question it is, the good things that you're doing, rather than perpetuating, whether uh, it's out of justified response retribution, I think it would be the right word. Uh, uh, Whether it's justified or not in terms of how the, uh, in this case, question was presented, that's, just adding that element doesn't get you anywhere. And in this case, that's all you got. I mean, you got some discussion about, you know, what audits had been done and what information had been shared in the past and this, that, and the other, but there was nothing looking forward except, I think, some kind of general agreement before it was all said and done that the information at some level would be shared with the county. And this is also, in all fairness, if the commission chairman is going to come and ask those questions, the commission chairman needs to have all the facts uh, at her fingertips as well. And sounded like she didn't know what the county budget was, or at least not the total figure, unless I misheard something. The audio wasn't fantastic, but whatever the question was, I mean, the county budget's your job, so it's something you need to know. And just getting it down to real basics here, it's about some common courtesy, and I'll just be quite absolutely frank. There's been a lot of lack of common courtesy that I've seen in some um, interaction I've had with our commission. So, and unfortunately, in being back in these last few years, 5 years, being back home, the county government and the local governments aren't the only organizations that seem to fall apart or get defensive at the drop of a hat, or being asked some normal questions. There's an organization that I was particularly active with, will remain nameless right now, but I and a couple of others that were involved with me just had the audacity to try to have the financials of the organization conducted in the fashion in which we understood from organizational leadership materials and other instruction that we were supposed to. And without belaboring that over much, the reaction we got was not unlike the reaction that Chairman Long got to the mayors the other day. We got made the problem. So, notwithstanding all the other experience, the inexperience and the common courtesy issues that we're talking through here, just the response, whether legitimately or not, I mean, legitimately in terms of whether or not there's a real question, it certainly it certainly gives the indication that there might be. Why get so defensive otherwise? Yeah, maybe that's not the way you've always done things, but so what? It's an audit. You know, they're public books. Everybody ought to be able to see them. Again, going back to the DOGE, going back to not just an audit for the IBA, but an audit for everything. Hey, let's audit it all. Hey, all for it. You know, I do agree with the mayors on that particular point. If you're going to audit us, let's audit it all. Let's see it all. And particularly, again, to be totally, completely even handed. And back to my last video just posted, we need to see some tax relief, and particularly in the absence of having seen any alternative tax proposals since the commission saw fit to opt us out of the state's homestead exemption that we all voted for at 60% last fall around here. We need to see uh, some accounting of the books on a at least audit, and I would again be all for a DOGE level of making things more efficient. But regardless of taxes, uh, people just by virtue of being voting citizens and the public and this being their government have a right to the transparent. That's just basics. I mean, that's just basic ethical good government practice. So wasn't intending to belabor it, but as is not too hard to see from other um, content I put out here up to this point, it's not hard for me to get on rabbit trails. But this is this is a transparency issue that the entire county needs to hold all of our officials' feet to the fire on. Thanks again for checking in. We'll see you next time.